Hey, welcome. Ever felt like you're drowning in data and just need to find that one specific thing? Well, today we're going to tackle exactly that. We're diving into how to query data using Python and a really handy tool called SQLite3. So I want you to picture this for a second. You're standing in a massive, absolutely enormous room, just packed to the ceiling with filing cabinets, millions of them. And your job is to find one single file, just one. I mean, where do you even start? Believe it or not, that's pretty much what we're up against when we work with databases. And that's going to be our theme for this whole explainer, the case of the missing data. So I want you to put on your detective hat. The database, that's your giant filing room. And your mission is to find the exact files you need to crack the case wide open. Now, any good detective knows you can't just wing it. You need a solid toolkit, right? You can't just barge into that room and start yanking drawers open. You need a system. For us, that system is Python and SQL3. Python is awesome because its code is just so clean and easy to read, and SQL3 is fantastic because it's a super lightweight database that's already built in, perfect for learning the ropes without any crazy server setup. So, here's your basic game plan, your detective procedure. Step 1, you gotta get access to the room. In our code, that's SQL3.connect. Step 2, you assign an assistant to do all the running around for you. That's your db.cursor. Step 3, and this is crucial, you have to give that assistant crystal clear instructions. That's what cursor.execute is for. And finally, step 4, once your assistant has the goods, you've got to save your findings with db.commit. Make sense, right?
Okay, let's zoom in on step 3 for a minute, giving instructions. This is so important. Your assistant, this cursor, is incredibly fast and efficient. But here's the catch. They only understand one very specific language. You can't just yell, hey, go find the folder on Jessica. It just won't work. You've got to be precise.
And that special language is SQL. It stands for Structured Query Language, and it's basically the universal language for talking to databases. It's how you tell your assistant exactly what to look for. All right, detective, you ready? Let's learn our first real investigative technique. Sometimes you don't have a specific suspect in mind. You just need to gather a bunch of evidence. You need to cast a wide net. And for that, we have a command called fetchAll.
And the best part about fetchAll is that it's super straightforward. It does exactly what it says on the 10. After you use SQL to tell it what to select, fetchAll goes and fetches all of the records that match. It's like your digital dragnet.
Let's see it in action. Take a look at this instruction here. Select star from tutor groups. Using our detective analogy, this is like telling your assistant, hey, bring me everything you can find in the tutor group's filing cabinet. That little star, the asterisk, is just a wildcard that means all of it. And there you go. Just like that, your assistant comes back with every single record from that table. We've got Jamie, Charlie, Jessica, the whole crew is here. We have officially cast our wide net. But let's be real, a huge net isn't always the most efficient way to do things. What if we want to get a little more specific? Well, check this out. We've added a where clause. Now our instruction is, select everything from tutor groups where the gender is female. See what we did there? We're starting to narrow the search. And would you look at that result? No more Jamie, Charlie, or Jackson. The output is this nice, clean, filtered list with only the records that match our very specific criteria. That's the power of combining a good where clause with fetchAll. So casting a net is awesome, but what if you're not on some big fishing expedition? What if you're hunting for one very specific clue, a single piece of evidence that could crack the case? For that, we need a tool that's a bit more surgical. And that tool, my friends, is Fetch1. Unlike his buddy fetchAll, this one is all about precision. It returns only the very next record that matches your query. Just one, that's it. So look at this instruction. Select asterisks from tutor groups where student ID equals 1001. This is the detective's dream, right? This is like knowing the exact case file number. There's no guesswork, you know exactly what you're after. And the result is just as beautifully precise. It's not a list of files, it's the file, the specific record for student ID 1001, Jamie Dixon. Fetch1 delivers exactly what you asked for. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just super efficient. Okay, so let's put them side by side to really lock this in. fetchAll is your dragnet. It gets you all matching records, which is great for those big, broad searches. Fetch1, on the other hand, is for finding that single clue. It gets you the very next matching record. which is absolutely perfect when you know exactly what you're looking for. Two different tools for two very different parts of the investigation. All right, you've seen the techniques, you've got your toolkit, so you know what that means? It's time for your first assignment. It is your turn to be the detective. Here's your mission briefing. We're going to use a vehicle database. First, I want you to use Fetch All to just cast that wide net and see everything in there. Second, narrow it down. Use Fetch All with a where clause to find only the cars that run on diesel. And finally, go in for that single clue. Use Fetch One to pull up one specific vehicle by its registration number. Go on, give it a shot. And just like that, our investigation for today comes to a close. You now have the fundamental tools you need to be a real data detective. So I guess the only question left is, now that you have the tools, what mysteries will you solve with your data?